Hello, welcome to my channel, welcome to Fletch, and I hope you enjoyed this little video on my GCSE final exam art book. This is the one that I got the A star for the exam on, so an 8 or a 9 for GCSE. I'm just going to give you a little tour and I'll talk over it on some audio. I won't do it because it's a bit echoey in here. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe to this video if you want, and I hope you enjoy and I hope you gain something from looking at my art book, because I used to love looking at people's art books and like using their ideas. So you can use my ideas if you like, you don't have to, but if you want. So yeah, thank you and enjoy the video. Yeah. Hey, so this is my GCSE final sketchbook for my A star grade that I got, and my topic was out of place, so I decided to choose quite a dark theme to go along, because I just thought it'd be nice to have sort of a different kind of more darker theme for my final project. It'll be a bit more fun. So as we open up, this is my sort of key topics sort of page to give the examiner a vibe of what I want to sort of create. And then I've done a Jenny Saville response underneath this piece of paper, just to set a tone, because I like setting tones, just so the examiner has a kind of idea of where I want to go. It's a bit dark, but I just thought it was fun to sort of do as a first piece. So yeah, and that folds down, which is pretty cool. And then in a minute we're going to turn right over to my initial reactions to the question. So these next sort of 6 pages are my initial responses to primary photos that I've taken. They're quite dark, quite interesting concepts and compositions. I was quite interested in the mouth and sort of wonky teeth at the start, so I looked into that a bit. I like how these pages are set out as well. I think they look quite professional, I guess. I just like it. And then this next page is the final double spread of my initial reactions. Just some eye responses. I'm not a big fan of the bottom left one, but I do quite like this one here. It's quite cool. So yeah, that's my initial responses to the question. And now as we turn over, this is my first artist I looked into, called Jessica Raimondi. Quite interesting for my topic, out of place, I guess. I do quite like her. And then next is a continuous line drawing artist called February James. I think continuous line drawings are actually they're very easy to do, and they look quite cool if you get them right. So I just decided to pop him in at the start, just for some extra sort of interest for the piece. This is one of my favourite double pages in the book. It's an artist response page to Christina Trufa. She's a really good artist, and I've just tried to keep it simple with my colours, but keep my colours clean and fresh. And I was actually really happy when I painted this one on the left. I think it works really well. It's a response to one of her paintings. I really like how it came out. Okay, and as we turn over, these are responses to primary photos that I took. I smashed up a mirror and I got some of my sister and myself, and I wanted just to paint them in acrylic. I think they look really awesome actually, and they will kind of work for my theme. I prefer them on the right, but they're both pretty cool, I think. And then I mounted them onto cardboard just to add a bit of a 3D kind of element to it. I don't know, just to give it some extra depth. So yeah, that was a cool little double page that I did. I was really happy when I did them actually. It was really fun to do as well. As we turn over, with my primary photos that I took, you have to excuse that there are a few gaps. I've used some for my actual A-level book at the moment, but the whole idea was to get some sort of unorthodox kind of weird photos for my project. As we turn, we have some responses to meat. I looked into meat quite a lot. I quite liked Francis Bacon, so I created some responses using PVA glue and fabric and textile. I think they look pretty cool actually, especially when presented sort of so simplistically. And then on the right is just another response to hanging meat in like a butcher's, which is quite cool I think. Kind of weird. I like it. And as we fold over, just to keep the meat theme going, responding to primary photos, I've done some responses and a little simplistic painting as well. I like how it's laid out. I think it's quite simple, which can work in good ways a lot of the time. Keep it simple and effective. So yeah, that's a cute little 5-page spread. And as we bring it back and we turn over, the next pages we have are a big response I made to I'm keeping the meat theme going. I made a big sort of textile response using glue, plastic, fabric, cotton, to create sort of a meaty textile vibe. I don't know really. I think it looks pretty cool. It's not that refined, but I do like how it came out. And on the right is another primary photo response to a hanging carcass. I went to a butcher's and took them. He probably thought I was a weirdo, but oh well. And this is a monoprint I did of a meat cleaver, just to keep the butcher theme kind of going. And then I went to the Tate Britain and the Tate Modern. And that's where I found my Francis Bacon love. I love Francis Bacon now, so on the next page I actually have done a whole page dedicated to Francis Bacon and wanting to incorporate his style into my work, especially the whole lines in the backgrounds. I really like that. I like how this page turned out. I think it's really cool. And then next is the sort of more graphic stuff. I wanted to do some kind of darker stuff just to add, I don't know, it's just fun, I guess. And I mounted this sort of lips onto cardboard, just again to give it some more texture, because we love texture. Texture is amazing. And then on the right I've got my primary photos and then done some responses with wonky teeth. Kind of quite interesting, I think. A bit dark, a bit violent, but I mean it's kind of fun. Sort of raises interesting questions. On the next page, basically in my final piece, I wanted to include text like saying "eat yourself." It's a sort of a political message, and I experimented with text on that page. And this page I'm experimenting with different composition and primary photos to have in my final piece. And it's quite similar to Jenny Saville's paintings that she's done. So Jenny Saville is great if you want to do a topic that's a bit darker like this. And here I'm just experimenting with spray paint to use in my final piece. And then this is my colour palette that I was thinking of actually having for my final piece. It's just useful to have a colour palette to refer to. And then finally, here's my composition practice. On the bottom left is just a canvas plan. So I made a canvas before my actual exam, and I could bring that in for reference in my real exam. So I'll show you a photo at the end of my actual final canvas. And then on here is just a little sort of timetable for what I should be doing during my exam. It was quite helpful actually. I'm glad I made that. And then as we turn over, we have my evaluation for the project. Stupidly, I didn't put a photo in it. I'm not sure why, but I'll put a photo at the end for my actual final piece. So that's my book. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yeah. So yeah, this is my final piece. I was really happy for how it turned out. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Thanks very much though for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and feel free to like, comment and subscribe. You can subscribe to Fletch Xx. I'm a small channel, but you know, I've got a big heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.